there are two cards right now that have similar prices.
Okay.
A Justin Fields rookie auto, Donruss rookie auto, short print variation. So it's not the base card.
Okay.
Say that card is $200.
Okay.
And the other card that's $200 is a Patrick Mahomes rookie Donruss PSA 8. So if I'm going to give you $200, which one of those two cards are you going to buy? Are you going to buy the Justin Fields
Wow, that's a
rookie
really good
auto, short print variation, Donruss rated rookie auto, or the Patrick Mahomes PSA 8 rookie Donruss no auto, just base rookie? And I think if I can help you work through this, I was just going to say, before you answer,
here's what I'd say. I'd say, yeah. So I'll hedge my bet on the answer because I think it depends. Depends on what else I've been spending my money on recently. Like, am I taking a chance on a bunch of young guys, and am I taking my chance on some flyers? Maybe at some point in my collection, I would want a no-brainer, right? Something that's always going to be there. Something that's going to go up, but it's not going to go like this. It's just going to kind of go like that. Yeah, I'll go back to my comment about PSA 8s and 9s. I think they're highly undervalued. I think in 4 or 5 years, I think 8s and 9s aren't going to be the difference. You know, they're not going to be the price variation from a 10. I just don't see it because there's no discernible difference that any human being can find without some sort of electron microscope that I used in 8th grade chemistry class. So I would want the Patrick Mahomes card in there because I don't trust the Bears organization, Hicks. I don't. I mean, Justin Fields might be fantastic, but what's the difference between the Bears and the Lions? Nothing. And so I don't know. I feel like I'd probably go with Mahomes, PSA 8. And I think that's based on everything that I've said in the past. I would say that that's probably where I'd go. And I think that's the right move. But I think it depends on what you're already buying. If you don't have a couple flyers, part of the fun of sports cards, which was why you got back in, is because it's fun, right? So if you don't have a lot of fun, wait and see guys, get Justin Fields, right? Go get that guy.
Yeah.
Something that you can get really stoked about, next season. Give you a reason to watch the Bears at 1:00 play the Detroit Lions, to a half-empty stadium in Ford Field. You want to watch your guy. If that's a fun factor you don't have right now in your collection, go get that guy. But if you've got a ton of that already, Patrick Mahomes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I love your answer from a lot of different perspectives. And one of them is the bankroll management. I've used that term quite a bit. And basically it's just another way of saying like portfolio diversification. It's basically like bankroll management as it relates to sports card investing. It's a term stolen from daily fantasy sports. It's kind of like, how do you manage the money that you win? Like when you win money, what do you do with it? How do you break it up? How do you diversify it? I think it's the same thing as like a investor with their diversification of their portfolio. So you're talking about like the fun guys, flyers versus the safer guys. So I like that you're talking about that. And I think you're right. I like the way you broke that down. All things equal, you chose Mahomes. And I think that's a great call because like he's only 26 and he's a future Hall of Famer and he's got a lot more exciting play in Kansas City.
He's going to fill more fingers with Super Bowl rings. I mean,
yeah, I think so too. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. So let's talk about, let's change the subject real quick. I've only got a couple more minutes.
And then I have to head on out.
Yeah. There's 2 more things I want to hit on in the next 3 minutes, and then we can wrap the show.
It's going to be a fiery
one is putting a bug in your ear on the National, which is the National Sports Card Collectors Convention, which will be held on July 27th through the 31st in Atlantic City. I am planning on attending, and I'm throwing it out there for you to see if you maybe want to meet me there for a couple days, and maybe we could hit up the National together. And who knows? Maybe there's even a golf course near Atlantic City that we could.
You know what I think that there probably is? I think there's a table that with a couple of chairs and a nooffseason.com table skirt that we could sit there and do a show.
I am going to try to push you hardcore to meet me there. We can do a show. We can browse for some sports cards. We could probably get some autographs from some famous Hall of Fame athletes that will be there. I think it'll be a good time.
Wonderful. It'll be a great time.
It'll be like the Big Ten tournament back in the day.
I like the bug.
All right, cool. Last topic before we wrap the show is the Masters is still played in April at Augusta National, correct?
Last time I heard.
I think that it would be interesting to get your take on golf cards to buy in terms of favorites and sleepers, two ends of the spectrum, favorites and sleepers for winning the Masters. And you don't even have to do it completely on this show, but maybe even on the next show. Just wanted to mention it'd be nice to talk about some golf cards.
It would be nice to talk. There's a lot of cool things happening in golf. There's a lot of buzz going on in the golf world. I'd have to do a little bit of research on like what golf cards are going for and things like that. What's their ebbs and flows of their pricing. But yeah, it's never too early to start talking about the Masters, whether or not it's sports cards or just because it's the Masters. So yeah, I agree. The other thing I'd like to do on the next show, Hicks, because I do have to go, I want to talk about the effect on the sports cards of the blockbuster NBA trade that happened last week between the Nets and the 76ers. I've got some thoughts on that train wreck of talent. And I thought we would actually get into that today. I had a lot prepared, but we'll have an opportunity to hear about James Harden's injury, and some of the other players that were transacted within that trade. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about golf and NBA, specifically that trade in the next show that we do together. And I think I apologize to you and to the listeners for not getting to that today, but I think that we will bring it strong and we will have more of a sample size. I think what happened is in the sports card world, a lot of people had a hot take on what that trade would mean for the card prices. And I disagreed with like all of the hot takes. So I'm intrigued to see what your actual take is. And then we can look at some card data and break that down.
I think the
Murph,
data
thanks
would
for
be really interesting. I think the data would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And like maybe what had happened during that time from the card standpoint. You got some data. I'm ready to listen. I know.
Sounds good. Murph, thanks for joining me. Everyone, thank you for watching and listening to the Sports Card Strategy Show. I'm Paul Hickey with nooffseason.com. I'd like to thank our sponsor of the show, marketmoversapp.com by Sports Card Investor. Please go there and save 20% using the promo code NOOFFSEASON. Everybody, have a great day. Murph,
have a great day,
soon,
guys.
Man.
Hicks, always good to see you.
You too. Later, man.